Hey, and welcome to the Winning Daily Show for April the 28th. We got a lot to get into today, much more events to bet on today. A couple NBA games, a couple baseball games. We got a whole lot of Champions League bets, and then we got a bunch of tennis. The WTA has a tournament in Madrid, so we got some ladies tennis. We got some more men's tennis, both in Portugal and Germany. But let's start out with the Champions League matchup that's about to kick off here in about 20 minutes. We're going to first ride with Manchester City plus the 160 versus PSG. We're hoping we're on a little bit of a hot streak after that Chelsea. We both had got the Pulisic goal and then the Chelsea win when we took the plus the half goal. So we're on a hot streak here in the Champions League. Let's see if we can ride Manchester City plus the 160 over PSG. I look for him to get off to a hot start today, Manchester City, and try to put this thing away before they have to go back to Manchester. So if they can get a couple goals on the road here, I really favor Manchester City's chances. They've been gearing up for this game, so I look for them to have a really good game. So we're going to ride it on the three-way here. Manchester City plus 160 over PSG. Then we're going to do a goal-scoring prop. We're going to go Manchester City 2-1 at plus the 800 versus PSG here. It seems like a pretty solid score. I look for Manchester City to get out to a hot start, maybe go up 1-0. PSG grabs maybe a late goal right before the half, and then Manchester City finds a way to get that second goal, maybe around the 70-80 minute mark. So we're going Manchester City 2-1 plus 800 over PSG, along with the Man City on the three-way plus 160. So we got those two bets, and then we're going to do two goals. We're going to do three goal scorer props here. With the team sheet, we're going to go with Bernardo Silva at plus 330, João Cancelo at plus 700, maybe to sneak a goal in there. I just like his placement versus this PSG team. He had a couple chances over the weekend, so when he's out there, I think he's really active, and I do like that 7-1 on him. I think it's pretty good value that he maybe could snake a goal in this game. And then Angel Di Maria comes out on the starting sheet for PSG. He always plays really well in these big-time games, so I thought the 270 for him as a goal scorer was really good value as well. So we're going Bernardo Silva plus 330, João Cancelo plus 700, and Angel Di Maria plus 270 as our goal scorers on the day. Hopefully we can get one of those. Maybe we can snake two of those, and maybe we get the long shot in Cancelo in that one. All right, let's go off to the tennis. Let's start out in Madrid on the WTA Tour. We're going to take Maria Bouzkova plus the 5.5, minus 130 versus Petra Kvitova. We really think this is a little bit too many games here. Maria does have a head-to-head win over Kvitova. Now, granted, it was on the hard courts, but a win is a win. So she's showing she has the capabilities of winning versus Kvitova. So plus 5.5 games, I think really is good value here. Now, the only downside is she played in that Stuttgart tournament last week. She lost in the first round. She did have a nice second set where she bounced back 6-7, but she wouldn't have covered that 5.5. But I think this is versus that was versus a player she's didn't have as quite a good a matchup as she does today. We took Kvitova a couple times in last week's tournament, so we do like her on the grass, but she sort of has a bit of a ceiling. She lost in the quarterfinal. You'll remember we took her over Brady and we took her over Saka in that tournament last week. But we did we do think the head-to-head matchup is the play here. She struggled on the clay in that round of 16 versus Sakura. Now, that was versus a Greek player that was a pretty decent player on clay courts, but she doesn't seem to get the blowout wins. Even that matchup versus Jennifer Brady at 6'4", 6'3", that would cover our thing. So that's why we're riding with Buzkova, Maria Buzkova plus 5.5 minus 135 in this one. All right, next up, we're taking Paula Badosa minus 110 overall over Barbara Krejcikova here. So these two have not played head-to-head, but I really like Paula's matchup here. She made it all the way to the semifinals in that Charleston tournament. If you remember, she lost to Kurta Minatova, 3-6, 3-6, but before that she had wins over the number one in Barty, Catherine McNally win, Belinda Bincic. So she's able to play on the clay. She's been really, really solid on the clay. So I think this is a really good matchup here versus Krejcikova. So I really do think this is a good matchup with the even odds here. Krejcikova was in the Istanbul. She lost in the second round of that tournament. She got past the round of 32 with a tough win. She lost the first set 6-7, 6-2, 6-0. So she took 3 sets to take that first round matchup, and then she lost easily in straight sets in the round of 16. So I think this is really a nice matchup for someone who made a nice run already on clay this year. Next up, we're going to take the Brit and Joanna Konta plus the 2.5 versus Yuli Puntaseva. Really do like this one. Just think this matchup here is really in our favor at the plus 2.5 minus 105. Konta has 3 wins over Puntaseva, 2 of them on clay. They are 3-1 overall. So her getting games here, I think, is really good value at the time. Now, the only problem here, this is Konta's first clay tournament on the season. She's coming over from the Miami Open, so that was a little while ago, but she has had time to practice if you want to spin it that way at all. But I do think this is a really good bet based on the head-to-head and based on the fact that I just think Kontakova is the better player here. Pusnetova, if you remember, has only played in the Argentina, the Billie Jean Cup playoffs. She was in the Charleston. She made it to the quarterfinal, but part of that was because her opponent retired in the round of 16. She was losing 0-6, 2-2. So, and then she lost in the quarterfinal. So I do think this is, even though it's not Jonah's surface, I do think the 2.5 is way too many games. So I would ride that one. All right, let's go to the men's, and let's go to Germany first, and we're going to take Nicolas Baschesvila, minus 125 versus Daniel Elengala. Really like Baschesvila here. Think they're really good value in it. They have not played head-to-head, but I just like the way Baschesvila is playing here. I think his play has been better. Even if there have been 2 losses here in Barcelona and Monte Carlo. He has struggled on the clay, but before that, he was in the semis in a tournament in Italy, in Calgary. I just think this matchup is really good for Baschesvili here versus Daniel Elengala, the Colombian. I just think he was in Belgrade. He lost in the first round last week. So I just think Bashasvila will be the winner in that one. Let's move to Portugal, and we're going to go with Pierre Hughes Hubert here over Albert Ramos Vinalas. Now, Vinalas has cost us a little money, but I do like Pierre's Hubert 2-0 overall over Vinalas. Now, Hubert has struggled a little bit on the clay. He made it to the second round of Barcelona, but that was a tough loss to David Goffin. So I do think there's value here, especially with a head-to-head matchup. Vinalas cost us a little bit of money last week in his matchups. We took him once, and then we went against him in the Manarino match, and he ended up winning that one. But then we got against him in the Rublev matchup. So he has shown a decent style on clay in Barcelona, but if you look at the Monte Carlo, it was also on clay, and he lost in the first round there. So a little bit of inconsistent play on the clay, and I just think the head-to-head matchup there will work out. Next up, we're going with Corentin Moutet plus the 3.5 minus 135 over Denis Shapovalov. Now, we're going to take the Frenchman here in Moutet because I just don't think Shapovalov is a very good clay court player. If you look at his activity on the clay recently, it's been really, really poor. He was in Barcelona. He lost in the round of 16 there. He got a bye in the round of 6. So he basically won one match over fellow Frenchman Jeremy Chardy in that one. He was not good. He struggled in the Miami Masters on card court. He lost in the second round there. Really, you have to go back to a tournament in Dubai for him to really go anywhere. Before that, in Doha in Qatar, he lost in the quarterfinals. So I think he's struggling too much. He's not a great clay court player. And our man, Corentin Moutet, really, really is a solid, I wouldn't say good clay court player, but he has shown the ability to play on the clay and play pretty solid. He was also in Barcelona, and he made it all the way to the round of 16 before he lost to Diego Schwartzman. So he had two good wins there. So I do like this matchup, especially with the nice little 3.5 handicap there. So those are our tennis bets for the week, for the day. In the men and women's side in Madrid, Portugal, and Germany. So let's go to the NBA. We like two matchups today. The Portland Trail Blazers plus the 2 versus the Memphis Grizzlies. The Cleveland Cavaliers minus 3.5 versus the Orlando Magic. We're taking a ride that the Blazers are trying to keep up and match the Mavs in a real fight for that 6th spot to get out of the play-in game. I don't know how much the Memphis Grizzlies seeding matters. They are probably locked in that play-on game with the Warriors and Spurs no matter what. They don't really have much of a chance to get to the 7th seed. So their biggest thing is to get health and be ready for that play-on game. So I do like Portland to really try to match the Mavs and fight for that 6th spot to stay out of the play-in game. So that +2 I really, really like. And then a matchup of tanking teams. I just think Cleveland is playing not better, but they're playing better players. I think they have more talent on the floor right now than the Orlando Magic. Therefore, I think they can cover this minus 3.5 pretty easy here. And then last up, we're going to 2 baseball games we like today. Pretty light slate. We're going to go with the New York Mets on the run line, minus 1.5, minus 114, versus Jacob deGrom on the hill versus the Boston Red Sox. You aren't even going to get much better value than minus 114, even on the run line with deGrom on the hill. So take advantage of it while you can. If you've watched deGrom pitch so far this year, he's been lights out. So I look for that to continue versus Red Sox team, and hopefully that even money play, even on the run line, will prove to pay out dividends. So the New York Mets minus 1.5, minus 114 versus the Boston Red Sox. And lastly, we're going to ride the Angels and Alex Cobb on the hill at minus 122 over the Texas Rangers and Dunning. This has not been a very Well-pitched series, though you could say Shohei, after that first inning, really pitched pretty well. I look for the Angels to hit Dunning pretty hard here, and Cobb to at least do something sort of like Shohei Ohtani, maybe 3-4 runs given up here, and the Angels to pull this one out. They have their full slate of players. Trout, Rendon's back. So with that mixed with Shohei in the lineup, I really look for him to bang pretty good here and beat up on the Texas Rangers. So I think that minus 122 is pretty good value there. All right, those are the bets for the day. Be sure to follow us on greenlightnetwork.org, Greenlight Network on Facebook and YouTube. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our content. I'm GLN Champ 5 on Twitter and Instagram. That's our show, and we're out.